What's up, people? Rob Barrington here, and I will tell you that the rumors of my demise are greatly exaggerated. Sorry, it's been so long since I posted one of these challenges. I just had a super chaotic few weeks, several weeks actually. But I'm back at it, feeling good. Family's doing well, mother's doing well, and happy to report all of those things. But I wanted to get back to my challenges, obviously, and I also wanted to pair this with a new thing that I found. Been using this with a lot of my private students, and it is a place where you can kind of play. I like to call it practice duplicate. But instead of being scored against, other people playing with robots, when you go to casual, which I'm going to go to, I'm right on the homepage of BridgeBase right now. You can see it right here. I'm going to click casual, and you're going to see at the bottom it says start a table premium deals. This is a new feature. I believe it's available for everybody. It could possibly be just for those premium members, but take a look. When you open this, it gives you the option to play 12 boards match points, play 18 board match points, play some imps as well. And the cool thing about this is you are not playing, you again with all the robots scored against another person with the robots. This actually gets scored against a real field of people, right? They pulled deals from tournaments they run every single day with 4 human beings at the table. And now it's you and 3 robots, or you can invite a partner, you can invite 3 people and play with a robot, you can invite 4 people to a table and now have a nice little practice duplicate. So this is a super cool new feature that one of my students, Harsh, actually, I will tell you, Harsh told me about this, and it has been amazing. I've used it a bunch of times, and it's a great way to practice without the super high stakes of playing in a live duplicate event. So let's start a table, and here I'm going to play 12 boards. So that's going to be our challenge this week. We're going to play 12 boards. It's a little bit different than normal. So here it'll fetch some deals for us, and you'll see we'll start out just as normal. And I'm gonna pop us over to our main playing table now. Oh, hang on. Now, there we go. And now we are just sitting down playing normal bridge. This is a non-best hand situation also, so it's more realistic, and the scores are certainly more realistic. There's a couple of different details here. We're not going to get a result, meaning we're not going to be placing first, second, or third. We're just going to basically get a percentage result, which should give us a good idea how we're doing. Also, we are playing with robots at our table, and the robots play better usually declare play wise than the average human, even though it might seem like they don't sometimes, and they may make mistakes. And they also defend much better than the human being. So you'll see like a score where we might do something totally normal. We may in fact get punished for that because of the other results. So the results are going to be a little bit more wide ranging, if you will. And also we're going to get to see a lot of these kind of realistic decisions where it goes a diamond double, and here we are. So let's hop in on board number 1. Our partner opened a diamond double. When we look at this in a strictly like textbook way, you're going to look at it and say, hey, I don't have 6 points, I shouldn't be bidding. But in reality, this is a hand that's certainly worth a response. And when you have a 4-card major, even when they're doubling, it's okay to get in here because you're kind of obstructing the auction, and maybe you keep them from finding a likely heart fit on this hand. 2 clubs would be in the mix as well if you didn't have 4 spades. And what are you looking at yourself saying, what are you talking about, Rob? How the heck could you bid 2 clubs here? Well, if I didn't have 4 spades, I probably would, because I don't have to have a good hand to bid 2 clubs. Remember, when they double, redouble is the only bid that's going to show a good hand, especially if you're going to the 2 level or beyond. Expert level partnerships, they'll agree to play the 1 level is still kind of a forcing situation. But honestly, as a new player, it is perfectly reasonable to kind of make an agreement that redouble is your only strong bid. Just food for thought there. I'm going to bid 1 spade just to kind of get this auction going. And now, as you can see, it's not going to matter too much. It looks like they're having a very aggressive auction. Left-hand opponent didn't have to bid here because I bid, right? The double kind of forces them to bid if I pass. But if I don't, they can choose not to bid. So 2 hearts showed some values. 3 spades looks like is it spades, really? Wow, they just have spades. They're not worried about my 4-card spade holding. Happy to just sit back and see what they do. And now lefty just has a whole bunch of hearts. So let's see what's happening here. It's funny. I almost expected partner to lead shortness in spades here, but here, this is super weird. It went a diamond double with this hand. I see. Sorry. The ace of clubs is in the dummy as well. I'm like, how did they do this? They only have like 13, but they evaluated this hand much more strongly than just an overcall. So they doubled, and then they bid spades. I don't know why they hopped up to the 3 level there. That seemed unnecessary. 2 would have done it probably, but maybe they would have taken it as a Q bid or something. Who knows? Who knows? Let's see what's happening here. We're gonna say we like this, right? I doubt we're wasting anything there with that 9. Let's hope not. Let's see. That's heart, spade. Are they roughing it? Oh, that's terrible. And they roughed out the spade. They're gonna rough out the whole suit on us. Ouch. Good. Partner got in there with a little rough of their own. Because that partner had a little bit of heart action over there. Nice. Declare short in clubs. And here they can't now set up that spade because they can't get there. Right? They can actually play that spade, but they're going to trump it in their hand, it looks like. And that is terrible for us. Now watch this, folks. This results are going to be interesting because I'm going to show you. Oh, let me actually show you the actual hand here. Hang on a second. There we go. So I want to show you something. Here is our little cheat sheet, right? This little blue burger right here in the history will show you the double dummy on this hand. Whoops, we don't want to do that. We want to show you the double dummy. Now I want you to look at this. These numbers are basically, and let me get the right tool for the job here. These numbers are showing you what each of these leads would result in score-wise, or more appropriately, trick-taking wise. So here you can see all of these leads are 1 and they're gray. That means they're making, or they should make 1 over trick. And this is what I meant by the scores being a little bit weird or a little bit more punitive in this format, because we're actually playing against really good opponents compared to the rest of the field in general. Now, that doesn't mean the robots aren't going to do weird stuff. They certainly are. But take a look at what's happening here. Most of the field is getting to some sort of heart or spade contract. Hearts is obviously their best contract, right? They have a nice 7 heart holding over here, 2 hearts in this hand. And once they find out that this is some sort of strong hand, they can bid a game and be very happy with this. And notice we can't touch it. So the robots not only get to the good game, they make the correct number of tricks, and we're rewarded with 10.7%, right? If they got to the wrong game, like say they play 4 spades on this sort of hand, they don't get as good of a score. And these were all, notice, these are all human players, right? The human beings are doing exactly what you would expect. Right, they're either going to make a call. This player over here chose to pass 1 spade and they played it in 1 spade. That's a good score for them as well. But honestly, 4 hearts is pretty amazing, and that's what the robots did. So when the opponents do well against you, there's not a lot you can do about it, right? You can't be too upset. I'm not. And what I always say to my students is, we don't play a game called results. We play bridge, right? So we can't necessarily be upset that we're getting a terrible score when the robots just kind of get in there and do the normal thing, get to their game, and make the appropriate number of tricks. So we're starting in a little bit of a hole, but remember, we're not necessarily striving for victory. We're trying to get the best possible score. And here, we start a little bit below average, not a little bit, way below average, but we have 11 boards left to go. So let's play number 2 here. This is a solid 13 count. We're going to open a club. Remember, when you're 3-3 in the minor suits, you 100% of the time open clubs. Doesn't matter how they're slanted as far as their strength. If you're 4-4 or better, you always open diamonds, and that's how we do it, folks. A club, a heart, pass 2 diamonds. That sounds like an auction we're done with. Left-hand opponent overcalled, right-hand opponent showed a good hand and natural diamonds, right? This should be, I like to say, a good 10 or more, and obviously a natural suit, and clearly not a heart fit, right? Left-hand opponent now showed spades. You would expect this to be 5-4 only, or longer hearts than spades, because they could have Michaelsed, and they usually will with good 2-suited hands, so we can probably discount 5-5. And now they're just playing a reasonable 3-diamond contract, it looks like. And we get to make an opening lead, which we don't usually get to do in our best hand situations. I clearly don't want to lead away from anything good here. Left-hand opponent, I don't expect them to be getting a lot of roughs in that hand. I expect like 5 hearts, 4 spades, like we talked about. And, some number of clubs. Maybe they have some short clubs, short diamonds here. for lack of a better idea, and here's what you're trying to do on opening lead a lot of times. You're taking things that you don't want to do. Well, I'm never going to lead away from an ace, and I'm certainly not going to bang down an ace. So that discounts these two suits right here. I don't want to lead from queen third, especially with a suit that they've shown length in to my left here. So that leaves trump, and here I have a nice safe trump lead. Now, usually we're leading trump to avoid them roughing and dummy, but really in this situation, my lead is more just, hey, it looks like it's the safest at the moment and it's least likely to blow up a trick, so we'll give it a run, right? And that's what we've done here. Okay, they're playing all of their cards here. I mean, might as well slap down that queen of hearts. That can't do us any damage here. They're either roughing it. I mean, I guess it could have set up that card over there, but now they need to get back there with a club, which they're going to do now. Ooh. There we go. And now they're going to probably toss us in, yeah. And we now have to hope partner has the king of spades. Let's go, partner. Yeah, partner. Good job. All right, so it looked like we might have been end played there, and I forgot to do one thing, folks. I promise I will have this trick counter above me next time. I forgot one important thing. But let's take a look at the results stream for board number 2. Back in the saddle here, 85.7% on this one. And again, sometimes you're going to get rewarded for the robots doing good stuff against you, and sometimes the robots are going to do something a little different and we'll come out on the plus side of the ledger. And here, the only person that did better than us was the person that played one spade in the south. Did they open? When a club, pass a heart, pass a spade, right? So the opponents decided not to get into the auction. At our table, they overcall the 4-card suit. This is weird. It's kind of it's in discussion in expert circles. Like, it might be okay to do this sometimes. I would not do it without a much better suit. Even with ace king fourth, I wouldn't do it. But the robots seem to do it with some regularity. So be on the lookout for this. It's a new glitch in the matrix, so to speak. They have higher frequency than in the live game for sure, as far as 4-card overcalls. So be on the lookout for that in the play as well. When you're playing, don't discount the possibility that they've opened a 4-card major. I'm guessing the no trump bidders got some sort of, okay, so bad double, folks. You can't double a club, right? Because you don't have diamonds. In this situation, you would obviously double a diamond with this hand on the west, never a club. But you can see normal players, people that are advancing players playing these hands, it's a different scoring environment, and we're going to see more examples of it. So we're still a little below average after the 10% start, but we're back on the close to the really good side of things here. Ooh, look at this one. Questionable. What would you do? 16 high card points. I get this a lot in my live classes down here in Florida. Hey, Rob, you're not supposed to open a no trump with 2 doubletons. And I'm going to clarify that statement, folks. You shouldn't open, or you should avoid or try to avoid opening one no trump with 2 worthless doubletons. So if instead of king small and queen small, I have 7 small and 9-6, right, I am less likely to be opening a no trump with these sorts of hands. But here, when I have good cards to lead into, especially, I love both of these situations leading into these, I'm okay opening a no trump, and I think it's a good evaluation of the hand. It's getting my values across right away. And now partner's inviting with 5 spades, and I am accepting with a good 16 and a 5-card suit. Obviously, I don't want to play spades, so I'm going to play in no trump, and wow, we bought pretty well here. They led a club, which is very nice. We would honestly have loved partner to have some more diamonds. Maybe we could set up our diamond suit, but we can't be unhappy about this. That spade suit's going to provide some extra tricks. And the way I'm looking at this right away, and before I kind of speed through this hand, let me do one very important thing. Let's get that contract and trick counter up here for us. And also, let's count our winners, right? On a club lead, we can count. Well, in fact, let's play the first trick. If we see the queen here, we would assume we're getting an extra trick. We didn't see the queen, but we have to win it in our hand anyway. So we now have 3 total clubs. We have 1 diamond. Those are our winners, right? Only 4. So we need 5 extra tricks. We're definitely going to get some in spades. We're going to get 1 in hearts. We may get 1 in diamonds. We may get 1 extra club as well. In a realistic sense, I would expect the queen of clubs to be here because this looks like a 4th best lead. In a robot sense, I have no idea. Right, I think I still tend to think it's there. Winning it in our hand, not the best, but honestly, we were probably just going to lead a spade anyway. leading low is tempting, but I want to unblock here. I would like to have led low towards my queen. Oh, wow. They're leading another spade immediately. That's not bad for us. They're giving us a little bit of time on the hand. Let's hope they sprill it. Oh, an embarrassment of riches. Nice. Oh, they pitched a club now, too. Look at that to our left. So this is what I'm doing in my head, if I can remember, right? 7 clubs we started with. 8, 9 was trick 1, right? Here's 10. So I'm just going to keep a lookout for more clubs. I'm certainly not going to be hanging out with my diamonds. My low diamonds aren't going to be tricks. Let's count our winners again. We should go through this exercise more than once. We have 5 in the bank. We're going to take 2 more clubs at least. That's 7. 1 diamond. That's 8. We need 1 more trick. Where's it going to come from? Well, the safest place it's going to come from is hearts. So we're going to play heart to the king. And are they going to clear out hearts right now? No, they hook us up with a free finesse. We'll take it. And now let's see. Let's mess around a little bit. All right, so here I'm going to do this. Oh, guessed wrong. All right, they pitched a club. I thought maybe they had led from like 3 small or something. They did not. I thought maybe I still had a chance to finesse this in a different way, but we're going to hop back over to our hammer, play ace of clubs. Maybe they have an extra heart over there. No, we're just going to scoop up our queen of hearts, and we'll make only 4. I think if we guess clubs better, maybe we make an extra trick, but take a look at this score, folks. Beautiful for us. And again, I will tell you this. I don't want to toot my own horn, so to speak. But I'm probably, as far as an average field, I'm probably going to be a better declarer than most of the players, right? Not always, for sure. And I'll make my mistakes always. But as you can see here, playing a normal 3-0, which I believe is a relatively normal 3-0 trump, and making 4 produces a really nice 92.9% on this hand. I just wish I guessed clubs correctly. That would have been 1 extra. Let's see. Tied for top. Some people didn't play game, and others were in spade contracts, right? You didn't have a spade fit, so that's pretty tough. So kind of all over the place. And as you can see in this sort of scoring mechanism, in this sort of event, these deals that are human scored events, just different scores, right? We're going to see different stuff, lots more variance, and we're doing pretty good so far. After a rough start that had nothing to do with us, we're back up above average 63%. Let's see if we can keep it going, folks. Hope you're enjoying a return to the challenge. Sorry, this one's kind of long, folks, but I got long-winded. I hadn't seen you in so long, right? So it's lovely to be back, and I will bring you 3 more episodes of this week, and I will see you all soon. Take care.